guys, this is Miss Sebastian, and this is a story we're going to do this week. It's called Building Bridges, and it's by Andrea Davis Pinkney. You can see the picture here. You can see this is the Brooklyn Bridge. It's a very famous bridge in New York. You can see there's people running across it with numbers on their shirts, so they're probably in a race. This is the lady who wrote the story. Her name is Andrea Davis Pinkney. Early in her life, Andrea Davis Pinkney decided she wanted a career in writing. Part of the reason she made that choice was television. One of her favorite shows featured Mary Tyler Moore. Moore played the role of a TV journalist in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Miss Pinkney wanted to be like this character, so she went to college and studied journalism. Journalism is people study that who write newspapers and also who do the news on TV. Her other favorite TV character was a boy on the Waltons who wanted to be a writer. He always had paper with him to write what he saw and experienced. Today, Miss Pinkney carries a notebook everywhere. She likes to observe people, noting what their lives might be like. Observe means she watches them and then she writes down what they're doing. Then she uses these ideas for the characters in her stories. She admits, "I'm a horrible speller. I'm a very bad grammarian. If someone told me because you can't spell and your grammar is awful you can't write, I would have given up and not tried. That is not all there is to it. Writing is really about communicating your ideas. Besides, you guys know you can use spell check on your computer." Okay, so the next page, here's the beginning of her story. This page 34. So, in this story, BB, I think it's maybe Baby, and her grandmother are fighting about Baby's future. Find out about what each one wants. At first, Mama Lil said it plain and simple, no. Then like always, she spoke her full mind. "Baby, get that backward idea out of your head. That grit work ain't no place for you, and besides, I ain't never heard of no girls be doing that. You need to be getting yourself a summer job, something civilized." Grandma Lil pushed her breakfast plate aside and took a final drag on her cigarette. "And don't ask me again about signing that permission paper," she said. "I am going to be the one who allows you to take part in such foolishness." I leaned back in my kitchen chair, my arms folded tight. The chair vinyl stuck to my skin, taping itself to the place where my t-shirt scooped down in the back. It was as if, like Grandma Lil, the chair wanted to hold me in its clutches. I had been living with Grandma Lil since I was 6, when my own mama and daddy were killed in an apartment building fire. Lillian Jones was my mom's mother. Everybody on our street called my grandmother Mama Lil, and that's what I called her too. Mama Lil and I had been button heads ever since I could remember. The older I got, the more at odds we were. So button heads at odds means that they argue a lot. She thought I weighed too much and dressed badly. I thought she smoked too much and overdid it with her fake gold chains. Time after time she asked me, "How you ever gonna land a decent man with them chunky arms and those t-shirts that you put your navel on parade? No self-respecting 17-year-old should be letting it all hang out like that." But then, too, I had a sister-to-sister connection to Mama Lil that not many kids had with their grandmas. I was Mama Lil's only true family, and she was the only real parent I had. If I ever left her, she'd have nobody, and if she passed on, I would be alone in the world. For weeks, I'd been asking Mama Lil to let me join the youth renovation team. It was a group of kids that had been chosen by the city officials to work with engineers to help repair the Brooklyn Bridge. The project would last the summer and pay good money. It would help me get to college where I wanted to study engineering. And engineering is like building bridges or building buildings or also constructing There's also electrical engineering where you can, and computer engineering too. So basically building things. But Mama Lo wasn't having it. To her, I was stooping to do a bunch of low-down mess work. Truth be told, Mama Lo was scared of something she didn't know. She hardly left our neighborhood in Brooklyn. To her, the Brooklyn Bridge was a mystery. I think that deep down, Mama Lo was afraid something bad would happen to me, the same way it happened to my mama and daddy. Also, Mama Lo couldn't write very well. I read most of her mail to her and helped her sign checks. The 2-page consent form she had to sign, giving me permission to work on the Brooklyn Bridge project, was a challenge to her pride. Consent form is like a permission slip. So here's some vocabulary words. Engineer is a person who plans how to build things like bridges and buildings. A project is like a job, like you could have a homework project, or you could have a project at work, like to build something. And consent means like a permission slip. Okay, now we're on page 36. On this page, there's 2 vocabulary words. Obstacle, something that prevents you from doing something, like it blocks your way. And stubborn, not willing to change or quit. Then there was the fact that I would be the only girl working with the bridge crew. If God had meant you to do a man's work, he said, he'd have made you a man, she said. All these strikes stood against me ever getting to work on the bridge. But the biggest obstacle or thing in her path of all, the thing that made Mama Lo the most stubborn is something, remember, that is hard to change your mind, was my dream of becoming an engineer. Mama Lo didn't fully understand what an engineer was. I tried to explain it to her. I showed her my sketchbook, that's like a drawing book, full of drawings of city structures and machines, but Mama Lo didn't know any engineers. She'd never seen one at work. And to make matters worse, she'd asked her friends down at Brimley's beauty parlor about engineering. They convinced her that I was heading down the wrong path. Ain't no black woman doing no engineering, she said. Engineering, I corrected. In some respects, Mama Lo was right. It was true that there weren't many black women engineers. I knew from the get-go that if I had hoped to become an engineer, my road ahead would be lonely and hard, but I wanted to build bridges more than anything. Okay, next page is page 37. A week passed. A week of Mama Lo and I not speaking about the bridge project or the permission form. It was due, signed by her, in 4 days. That's when the renovation was supposed to begin. On Sunday night before the project was to start, Mama Lo did something that got me mad. She brought me home a summer job application from Rimley's beauty parlor. Baby, I went and done you a favor, she said. Bernice Rimley needs somebody to sweep hair and clean her sinks. She can't pay you nothing to start, but you get a heap of training. But next summer you'd be doing perms and manicures and getting tips on top of a regular salary. And you could even bring your paper tablet you could draw during your breaks. Mama Lo put the application down on the coffee table. Baby, if you put your mind to it, you'd be awfully good at doing hair. Give it a chance, child, she urged. My forehead and upper lip grew moist with the sweat of the anger that anger brings on. Mama Lo, I began. Look at me. But Mama Lo lit a cigarette. She inhaled, then closed her eyes to release a stream of smoke. I'm enjoying my cig, baby, she said. It tastes better with my eyes closed. I leaned in the doorway, my anger rising. That means she's getting really, really mad. Mama Lo, your eyes are always closed to seeing me. I don't want to spend my summer sweeping hair. So she doesn't want to work at the beauty parlor. The bridge is where my heart's at, Mama Lo. She was doing her best to tune me out. Yeah, that's right, my voice strained with frustration. Try to make me and my dreams disappear, like your puffs of smoke. Okay, here is the next page. This is page 38. You can see this picture. Here's a drawing of the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City. Okay, this next page is page 39. Mama Lo opened her eyes. They looked dreary, and her expression looked pained. She sighed. Baby, I'm an old woman. I don't have many dreams of my own to go after. She trailed off to silence, but then her face softened. For the first time ever, I saw Mama Lo's eyes filled with regret. What little bit of dreaming I've got left in me, she said, I'm putting in you. What she means is when she was little, she had some dreams of some other careers, but she wasn't able to make it happen. Mama Lil held out a heavy breath. She let out a heavy breath. Then she admitted what she had known all along. Your dreams are the kind that take you away from here, baby. They take you away from your Mama Lil. I shrugged. Mama Lil said, that's an upsetting truth, baby. It makes my heart hurt every time I think on it. Mama Lil, I got to find my way. My way, I said slowly. If that bridge renovation wasn't tapping on my soul, I'd go ahead and sweep hair down at Rimley's. So, her granddaughter saying that she really has her heart set on following her own dreams, and so she's hoping her grandmother can understand that. For once, Mama Lil looked at my face, hearing my words. Let me go, Mama Lil. Let me dream, I pleaded softly. Mama Lil sat as still as a statue. I reached into my pocket to find the bridge consent form. I unfolded it and set it on the coffee table next to the application form from Rimley's. Mama Lil, I said carefully, if you don't sign this, if you won't sign it, I'll sign it myself. I've been helping you sign checks and letters for years now. I can sign your name on the consent form. Nobody will know the difference. So she's saying if her grandma doesn't sign it, then she's going to forge her signature. Forge your signature means that you sign it for somebody else and copy their signature, which is illegal, by the way. See, here's some other vocabulary from that page. My heart hurt means you're sad. Tapping on your soul means something you really wanted to do. And pleaded is the same as begging, like you're begging your mom for some ice cream or something. Okay, the next page is page 40. The next morning, I woke to the smell of ham coming from the kitchen. My clock said 5:36, and the bridge renovation crew was scheduled to meet at 7. I threw on my t-shirt and jeans and grabbed my sketchbook. Hey, Mama Lil, I said, entering the kitchen. Mama Lil peered at me from over the top of her narrow glasses she wore only for reading. Sit, baby, your ham's ready, she said. I shrugged and slid into the chair. The hands on the kitchen clock were settling on 6. Mama Lil served both our plates. She sat down across from me and started eating. She was acting like it was any other morning. She chatted about her late-night comedy show and the pigeons that nestled on the ledge of her bedroom window. Pigeons are birds from big cities. I was certain she'd done away with the consent form for the bridge project and was doing her best to ignore the whole thing. So this right here, done away with, that means to get rid of something. So her granddaughter thought that Mama Lil had thrown it out. I ate in silence. I was wondering if the bridge crew leader would let me into the project without signed permission. I'd have to leave for the site soon if I wanted to get there on time. I finished my last bite of ham. Then I said, Mama Lil, I'm going to the bridge. I know, baby, she said. That's when Mama Lil reached into the pocket of her house dress. A house dress is like an outfit that moms wear at home and grandmas. It's like a simple dress, but you normally just wear it at your house. And pulled out the consent form. I'm going to need this, she said, sliding the papers across the table. I unfolded the form, which had become worn and crumpled. But Mama Lil hadn't signed it. It was the same as it had always been. So again, here's some of those words we talked about. Done away with means thrown away. House dress means simple, comfortable dress. Okay, this is the next page, 41. There you go, page 41. Mama Lil said, Mama Lil could see the upset pinching at my face. Now hold it, baby, she said. Don't be so quick to put on that down-in-the-mouth expression. But you didn't sign the form, Mama Lil. Calm down, child. Mama Lil's tone was solid. She said, you're jumping out the gate too fast. So she's telling her to calm down because her granddaughter's getting upset, and jumping out the gate too fast means she's not relaxing and being patient. She's not being patient to let her grandma finish explaining. Okay, here's the next page. This is page 44. Oh, whoops, never mind. This is page 42. Sorry, guys. Turned too many pages. Okay, here's the top of the page. The project's gonna start without me, I snapped. Mama Lil looked eyes looked red tired. "I've been up most of the night, baby," she said. "I've been thinking and praying and trying my best to read that permission paper. They sure got a bunch of words on that thing, just to say I'm going to let you fix a bridge." I could feel my whole body fill with relief. Mama said, "I may not know how to read that good, but I do know I ain't supposed to sign anything I ain't fully read." Mama Lil put her glasses up on her nose. They were speckled with dots of grease that sprung from the hot ham skillet. "Will you help me read the permission paper, baby?" she asked. "Will you help me understand what it is saying to me?" I slid my chair to Mama Lil's side of the table. Together we read the consent form. When we were done, Mama Lil took the pen from her house dress. She held it awkwardly and signed the form with her crooked handwriting. She gave the signature a good looking over. Then she folded the form and pressed it into my hand. "Baby, that bridge is lucky to have you," she said. I hugged Mama Lil hard, and then I got up to go. I smiled big at her. "Yeah, it is," I said. The end.